Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and thank you for taking the time to hit like on these videos. It helps spread them, and taking the time to subscribe. It is the first day of the hurricane season. No crazy development, but two things I'm watching. One tropical wave near Jamaica and another tropical wave near Guyana and Suriname moving toward Trinidad and Tobago and over toward Grenada, and then a couple more moving off. So we need to zoom down as we track this new tropical wave that is coming in. Now let me show you the picture here in the tropical Atlantic. These tropical waves right now not showing any signs that they're going to spin up into a tropical storm or hurricane. On average, usually in June, there's about a named storm or maybe even two out there. So we'll see how it kind of shakes out as we go throughout the month. There's another tropical wave that is sliding off. Now, speaking of the month, as we look ahead to the hurricane season, and then I'll dive down into the two tropical waves that are sliding into the Caribbean, or of course, one already in there, we look close to home for development. We don't often look out here. I keep an eye out here. These are the tropical waves as they march across. We get batches of rain that move in. Here's the coast of Africa. Everything follows the global trade wind pattern. That's why we get those tropical waves. They're not ocean waves. They're waves, atmospheric waves, disturbances, some areas of rain and storms. Now we look close toward the United States, Bahamas, back through the Gulf, and all across the Caribbean really for that chance of some development. That's because this time of year, sometimes we have old fronts. Sometimes you get areas of low pressure that develop near Jamaica and in the Western Caribbean. So spin-ups closer to home can happen. Now, as we go into this hurricane season, this is the list of names: Alberto, Beryl, Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, Francine, and Gordon. And you may see some familiar names on this list. This list recycles every 6 years unless there's a retired name, and then they put in a new name. And if we get through this list, there's a secondary list. And I do believe this hurricane season, as we've been talking about, there will be a lot of named storms. That doesn't mean they're all coming at us, and that's not what this channel's about. We're not going to make it, I'm definitely not going to make it seem like every storm is going to hit us. I'm going to track it where it's going, if it's coming to us or it's not coming to us, and just put out the facts about the storms, and that's it. I need to see the steering conditions when the storms develop to know where they're going. Occasionally, you could have a very busy season, and most things stay out to sea, so we'll see how it goes. Plus, the Saharan dust, that's always another ingredient that plays a wrinkle into the forecast and can be our friend as we get into the hurricane season. So in June, get about a named storm or two. It starts to ramp up in July, and then August, September, and October, those 3 months, we get about 85% of all named storms happen in August, September, and October, and the hurricane season goes through the end of November. Last few years, not this past one, but over the last 4 to 5 years, we've had a couple of issues in November. Hurricane season ends November 30th. Now, let's get back to these tropical waves we're watching right now. You see this flare-up of rain near the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, stretching back toward Jamaica. Here's Nicaragua. We'll get into the forecast for Nicaragua in a second. You see some rain and storms here. A little flare-up in southern Mexico. We actually need to get some of the rain. And then this back here, look at Suriname and Guyana. Still more flooding. Please keep me posted. We're thinking of you. The last 4 weeks have been really tough with some flooding in some areas. And of course, for many of us, it's been so dry. For example, Belize, parts of Mexico, Honduras. Now, this tropical wave will continue to feed in some moisture near Jamaica, lifting up toward Cuba on the edge of the Cayman Islands. And then this new one is going to increase our chance of rain, really from Dominica south, get back through St. Lucia, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Barbados. So let's spell it out here, and then I'll widen out the view. So let me show you what's going on. We have one tropical wave here, and this next one starting to move in. So rain, Guyana, and Suriname. And then you see the rain picking up Haiti, Jamaica, scattered showers, Cayman Islands over toward Cuba, coastal Honduras on the Caribbean side, Nicaragua, some rain, and that rain edging closer to the Dominican Republic today. Now, central and southern Bahamas, as we go throughout the weekend, the rain chance will pick up around the Turks and Caicos. Not all day rain stuff, but let me bring you to tomorrow. This is our Sunday, scattered showers, same locations, but then starting to fill in, generally south of New Providence, but starting to fill in across the Bahamas, and you see it right there. That's the next tropical wave that is coming in, and you see the increased chance of rain. St. Lucia, Martinique, down through Trinidad and Tobago. This would be a good thing. Grenada will see a better chance of rain. I'll spell that out in the 3-day forecast in a second. And you still see it here on Monday. Scattered showers staying around, so that's some good news. And then still watching the rain around anywhere from the southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Puerto Rico, U.S. British Virgin Islands, near Anguilla, St. Martin. We could have some rain. Still elevated rain chance in Jamaica on on Monday, and then watching Honduras to the south for that better chance of rain. Colombia, we've had so much rain over the last month and a half in some areas with some big flooding, and even over toward Venezuela. And then as we go out further in time, you see by the time we hit Tuesday, more areas of rain that will be around in some of the same locations, focusing on the northern Caribbean. Now, as we get to Tuesday, this for some of us could be a lot of repeat showers. So Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, isolated flooding. We'll keep an eye on Jamaica. And you still see some of the rain picking up here. Look at this. By the time we get into our Tuesday afternoon, Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, the rain chance is going to stay elevated. Let me zoom down into some spots. Now, Jamaica, we'll see scattered to widespread rain. Western zones, not as much. Montego Bay, for example. Kingston off toward the east, a better chance of some higher totals. This is through Monday. So we could see some spots getting 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain. Not for all of us, but some of us will, and that could lead to some isolated flooding. So it's just kind of right on the edge of this heavy stuff. Now, it may shift a little bit more this way, or it could shift a little bit more that way. This is a computer model, but you saw that surge of moisture that will at least be nearby. Cayman Islands, we'll watch out for scattered showers. Eastern Cuba, we could get over 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain. And then we'll see this rain moving back toward Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And especially on Tuesday, the rain chance gets even higher. So Haiti, the DR, Turks and Caicos, Puerto Rico, we'll see those scattered showers and storms. Of course, we could see some isolated flooding, but by the time we hit Tuesday, we could even see some higher totals moving in. And you see how I was talking about really central and southern Bahamas, the better chance of some decent totals, where a few spots through Monday we'll get 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of some rain. Now, as we get into the Eastern Caribbean, that next tropical wave moves in. It's not a huge blob of rain. What I mean by that is it's kind of broken. So some of our islands, we may get some heavier rain at times, while not too far away, it's not as much, but still some totals. Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, Barbados through Trinidad, Guyana. The next few days, we're going to get some downpours, 3-4 inches of rain, 75 millimeters to 100 millimeters of rain. Let me know in the comments. Put your location, where you are, what you're getting or not getting, because a short distance will make a big difference in what we're getting. So it's good to see what this weather community has, what we've got going on. Here's Belize, of course. We're still too dry. Watching out for some storms. El Salvador back toward Guatemala. But Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama will also get some of the higher totals, and that still sticks around as we work our way into Colombia. So it's this big feed of moisture. We had a tropical wave move in, and it's kind of getting tied into a front, and that's why we see this big plume of moisture that rolled by Bermuda yesterday. There's that next tropical wave right there. And then more storms as we work our way back toward the middle of the U.S. Mexico, generally on the dry side, but closer to Guatemala, we are getting some areas of rain. We've had that already from overnight into this morning, and we will take it. Now, this little flare up here south of Guatemala and El Salvador, here's El Salvador, and you can see it flaring up. There is the possibility that that does develop some, a low chance of development out of that, but I'll be watching that. And if something does try to spin up there, it looks like it would generally be moving off toward the west. So here's the broad picture. There's that system that rolled out of Bermuda, but there's that rain there. So we're going to watch this sector here pulling toward Trinidad. That's near Guyana now. And this here near Jamaica, Haiti, and the DR, trying to creep toward the Bahamas. There's the dry weather, much of Mexico. Watching out for the scattered storms, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. And here's some of the rain back toward the U.S. So as we go forward Saturday into our Sunday, we could see things on the move. One system leaves, that next one tries to move in, but there's that moisture. You see how it kind of feeds up to the north. So by tomorrow in the Bahamas, that rain chance will be higher. This is our Sunday, and there's some of the rain there that will start to increase in the Eastern Caribbean. Again, not all of us are going to get some of the rain, but that rain chance will be picking up. And then as we get into Monday, you can see some of that moisture lifting to the north, but there's still going to be some around even as we work our way into Tuesday. Rain totals as we swing back toward parts of Central America, lifting up toward Mexico. See, it's not much at all until you get toward Honduras to the south. And not all of us in Honduras are getting the rain, mainly eastern zones and then south. That's where we'll see a better chance of some decent totals. Atlantic region of Canada is just seeing some of that moisture feeding in. It's going to be unsettled the next couple of days. Scattered showers around Newfoundland. And you see as we get into our Sunday, just that feed of moisture, that broad spin around, bringing back some of the showers showers over toward New Brunswick. Not all day stuff. Prince Edward Island, you see that on our Sunday. And then as we get into next week, things start to settle somewhat, and then we'll keep an eye on that next system moving back toward the Great Lakes and headed toward Quebec as we get into early next week. So for us in Jamaica, that rain chance is going to be high, but there could be a fine line between who gets rain and who doesn't get rain. So keep me up to date in those comments. I'll be going through those throughout the day. Put your location down and what you have going on. We get back through the Cayman Islands, about a 40% chance tomorrow and Monday. We've already had some showers around the Cayman Islands. And then you see Trinidad and Tobago, not all day stuff, but the rain chance the next few days with that tropical wave moving in, about 50 to 60%. And we'll see that as well in Barbados for us. We're going to see some scattered showers moving in, and in St. Lucia Sunday and Monday, we're up to 60% chance of some rain. And you see in Grenada, rain chance not incredibly high today, but even by Monday, about a 60% chance and a 50% chance St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where we still really need to get some rain in here. Rain chance bumping up. Martinique, a 50% chance, but next week it will stay unsettled. 50% chance in Dominica, could be even higher by the time we get into Tuesday. So seeing some scattered showers around, and we'll see that right through Guadeloupe. Rain chance gradually going up by early next week. Antigua and Barbuda, we're going to get a better chance of rain early next week. St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat, the rain chance climbing. And you see that trend in Anguilla and St. Bart's. Monday, a 40% chance. 40% chance tomorrow and Monday. St. Martin, Saba, and Statia. And you see that higher rain chance in Puerto Rico, not all day, but gradually as this kind of slug of moisture moves closer, rain chance will be getting higher. 50% chance tomorrow, U.S. and British Virgin Islands, 60% chance on Monday. And the rain chance on Monday in the Bahamas, up to 50%, but it's split. Drier to the north, wetter to the south. So big difference in location across the Bahamas. Turks and Caicos, rain chance will be elevated. And of course, I've been highlighting the Dominican Republic, isolated areas of flooding. Haiti will watch out for those river crossings. Some of those could get, if there's any downpours nearby, some dangerous river crossings will be possible. Belize, there's a slight chance of a shower. At least it's not 5% now, 20-30% chance. One or two showers around, hoping some creeps in from the south. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, ABC Islands, generally on the dry side, in between things. Let me know if you do catch a quick shower. Guyana, though, we're watching out for some of the flooding. We've been watching out for some of the flooding in Suriname. Rain chance stays very high. Cuba will see isolated showers and storms, so at a higher chance in our eastern end of getting some rain and storms. Costa Rica, Panama, the rain chance is staying on the high side. Nicaragua, some higher totals, especially on the Caribbean side, where we'll see a better chance of rain. Honduras, same thing, about a 30% chance, and the rain chance unfortunately going down around Mexico City. Much of Mexico way too dry, including the Yucatan. Rain chance about 30%, 30 to 40% chance in northern Venezuela and Bermuda after yesterday's rain. Things have generally dried out. So it is the first day of hurricane season. No signs of development as of now. That new tropical wave moving in. We have one we're dealing with, or at least some of the leftover moisture. It's kind of the tail end of a front, but one tropical wave moving toward Trinidad now, tracking those areas of rain on the way. And the hurricane season goes through the end of November, so we'll just take it storm by storm together as we build this weather community. So thanks for putting a like on the videos and subscribing, and I hope you have a great day ahead.